for joining us on this midweek catch-up. It's been another long and strange week for everyone connected at the club. Disappointing not to get the game against Elgin on at the weekend, but unfortunate with those things that happen, and we just need to try and regroup and build on it this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, after the Arbroath game, I think everyone was disappointed, players especially. So Elgin would have been a good chance to put things right and maybe get a bit of momentum coming back into the league. But obviously, it got called off for health and safety. So we've had a good week and a half training so far, preparing for this Saturday. So all focus is on the air game, and we need to go there and get the 3 points.
I spoke to you after the match at Ibrox against Rangers, and you spoke about how things needed to improve quickly. We've only had that one match since then against Arbroath, because the game against Raith Rovers was cancelled during the match, and then obviously the Elgin match at the weekend. So it's not been great circumstances over the last few weeks in terms of trying to build that momentum and rectify those errors.
No, I agree, but I also don't think it's an excuse that the boys who played against Arbroath need to do better. I think everyone knows that. The goals weren't good enough, and yeah, we could have scored a few more chances, but we didn't. And at the end of the day, we conceded 3 goals at home, and it needs to be better. So yeah, there's been obviously gaps where we haven't played and we should have, and the Wraith game got called off, but all we can do is focus on the next game, and that was Arbroath, and it simply wasn't good enough. So now, obviously, we've missed Elgin and the focus is there, and it needs to be better. And we need to go there and we need to win. No questions about it. We need to win the game.
You spoke in your first answer about getting a good bit of training done because of the cancellation of Saturday's game. Do you feel that could only be a benefit and a positive heading into Ayr this weekend? The fact that maybe some of those errors that you spoke about in the Arbroath game have maybe been able to be worked on a little bit more greater detail?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, some of the errors, are just silly errors, which can be prevented on another day. But it happens in football. Probably cheap goals. But obviously, training for the last 10 days and obviously a few more days before the air game, it means you can work on some things and correct some things. Definitely, but I think it's more down to the 11 players on the pitch on the Saturday. They've got to perform and they've got to work hard, and that's the bare minimum, and something which we need to do this Saturday.
When you look ahead to the Ayr game this weekend, it's a game where, like you said, we need to try and kickstart and get our season back on track. Is it all about the 3 points, or is it about making sure the performance goes along with it as well?
No, obviously we are only 3 games into the season. I think even as players we forget that because everyone wants to win every game. But I think, well, it's obvious we do need to start winning because obviously the club and the players and the management staff all want to be promoted. And I believe the squad's more than good enough to be promoted. And to do that, you've got to win games. So this Saturday, I think the 3 points is the biggest thing in the game. Obviously, you want to play well. Everyone wants to perform, but I think if you offered any of the boys 3 points, I'd imagine that they'd all take the 3 points over a performance. So that's the most important thing on Saturday. And obviously, Air's not a nice place to go. The manager there will have them set up hard to beat, be a hard game of football, but we've got to go there and battle and come away with the 3 points.
You know how hard it would be down at Somerset Park, having played against Ayr a few times for Queen of the South. So it's not going to be a new experience for yourself. You'll know exactly how tough a match it will be.
Yeah, it's always tough there. It's a hostile environment now. The fans are back. It's a tight pitch. The pitch is always, it's not brilliant, but you've got to match them. You've got to compete and you've got to battle. And if we can do that and come out on top, then there's no doubt that our quality will shine through, and confident we'll win the game.
I'm sure the Dunfermline fans will be hopeful just to get back into a football stadium once again and get supporting the boys once more. So you'll be home for a good support and to send them home happy.
Definitely, and we've got to go there and put a performance on for them and win the game for them. So obviously the last few weeks we've not been able to do that, so that needs to happen sooner rather than later.